Do you know how to support a woman going through a divorce? Because it's not just about saying you'll be okay. There are more practical and compassionate ways that we can show up for somebody who is going through such difficulty. And today, inshallah, I'm going to be sharing 10 of those with you. Asalamu alaikum, ladies. How you all doing? I hope you all are well and good. Welcome back to the channel. So as you all know, subhanallah, divorce is one of the most difficult things a woman can go through. And the thing is, like they say, you will never know until you go through it. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for any woman who is watching this who have never been through a divorce to never go through such difficulty. And I ask Allah to keep you guys married and keep you guys united, and whatever difficulty that you guys have, I ask Allah to help you guys solve it and come to a better understanding, because divorce is really, really difficult. And the thing is with divorce, subhanallah, like a lot of people just don't know how to show up for women who have gone through a divorce. Even close friends sometimes don't know how to show up, and even family. And it's not like they don't care, but they just don't know what to really do. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 10 steps on how you can show up for somebody who have gone through such difficulty, whether they're your sister, your friend, or your family member, or, you know, somebody from the community. These steps, inshallah, will be able to help you show up in such powerful way that will help strengthen the sister and help her, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, get back on her 2 feet. So number one is to remind her that this has happened by the will of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not test her in such a way if she cannot handle it. And remind her that if Allah has tested her in such a way that she can handle it and everything will be okay. Remind her that everything was written. It was written that she was going to marry this man. It was written that she was going to have this amount of kids with this man. And also her divorce was also written. So she shouldn't question Allah and ask Allah, why me, why this, why that, you know. She should just try to accept it. I know sometimes that can be really difficult as somebody who has gone through a divorce myself. I did find myself asking Allah why, you know, like I was such a good wife, I was such a good Muslim, you know, like yes, I did this sin and that sin, you know, but I didn't commit any major sin as such. Why? You do get into that. Just constantly remind her that everything is by the will of Allah, and inshallah, slowly she'll start accepting it. I started accepting it, and now I live by that. I live by Qadr of Allaah wa ma shaa fa'al. It's the will of Allah, and He does what He wills. I'm realizing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not trying to punish us, you know, and just let her know that yes, it's painful right now, but this is in the hands of Allah. And the same way Allah got her married the first time, Allah will also bless her one day, bi'idhnillah, when she's ready, with a good husband. And our next point is be present without prying. Okay, just be present. She just wants you to be there. She wants you to bring a cup of coffee, make her a cup of coffee, you know, or tea, and she just wants to spend time with you. Just to let her know that you're there and you're there to support her. Basically, just be there. Don't ask too much questions at this time, because she might not want you to be questioning her and quizzing her, asking her what happened, why did this happen, and all of that. If she voluntarily starts talking to you and just telling you everything, which some women might start to do, especially if they trust you, just let her be. Let her speak, but don't ask too much questions, inshallah, you know, because that might make it worse for her. Just remember that your presence means absolutely everything, you know. In my situation, I'm speaking for myself here, let me give you guys a little backstory. I definitely needed presence more than anything. However, the two sisters who really knew what I was really going through didn't show up. I don't hold them accountable for it as such, because I believe that they probably didn't think that, oh, Fatima needs us. But I look back and I'm like, it's common sense, girl. My family don't know, and then you know that I'm not close with my family, so there's nobody here, it's just me and my children. Then you think to yourself, maybe Fatima needs help, maybe Fatima needs company. So in my situation, I definitely needed a presence. So just show up, you know, just be there. Trust me, it's just presence, you know. Just reach out to her. I'm available. Do you want a cup of tea, or do you want to go out for a walk, or sis, do you want to just sit down? I just want to come and spend some time with you. Trust me, that would mean absolutely everything. I put that as number 2 because after accepting that everything has happened by the will of Allah, trust me, having people there who love you and support you is number 2. You need people. They want you there. They want you there, okay? Because you're watching this from the other perspective, you know, like you want to support your friend or your family member who has gone through a divorce. She wants you there. Okay, even if she's acting, even if she's saying, you know what, I don't want to see nobody, like, yeah, maybe respect it 1 or 2 times, yeah, but the third time be like, no sis, I want to come and see you. I don't like the fact that you're spending time alone and being alone. I want to come and spend some time with you, even if it's just half an hour. I want to sit with you. We don't have to say anything, but I just want to see you and give you a hug. Oh my goodness, wallahi, that would make so much difference. And even if she's refusing, just go on her doorstep and knock on her door. She might open, she might not open. She might not open because maybe her house is dirty, her house is filthy, because when you're going through something like that, it's hard to clean up, it's hard to tidy up and stuff. So she might not open. for that reason. But either way, talk to her through the door and don't take it personal, okay? Don't take it personal. She's not trying to do it to hurt your feelings. It's just that right now she's just so emotional and there's just so much things going on for her, so she just doesn't know how to really process it. So if you go to her doorstep and she doesn't open, wallahi, don't take it personal. Don't think it's you. It's really her that's currently struggling. But you can talk to her through the door, be like, you know, I'm here for you and I love you fi sabilillah and I'm making dua for you, and when you're ready, I really just want to spend time with you. I miss you and I just want us to sit down together and just have a cup of tea or cup of coffee. Number 3, validate her feelings, okay? 1 minute she might feel angry, next minute she might feel sad, and next minute she might feel maybe happy, next minute she'll feel numb. Tell her that it's okay to feel these feelings, okay? And don't rush her. Don't tell her that, oh, you get over it, sis, it's okay, things will be all right. Just tell her that I understand why you're feeling like this and I'm here for you. A lot of women who are going through a divorce want to hear, I'm here for you, I'm here to support you. These feelings are valid. Validate her feelings, no matter what she's feeling at that moment. Because going through a divorce is a roller coaster of emotions, seriously. Just make sure you validate her feelings and just let her know that these feelings are valid. Like, it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel disappointed and sad and numb. Some women are just numb for so long. They can't process their feelings, you know. Just let her know that it's okay. And one thing that you need to know as well, as somebody who's trying to support her, is that you constantly have to remind her that she has to feel her feels. If she wants to cry, let her cry. If she wants to be angry, let her be angry. It's okay. Because the first stage to heal is to actually feel these feelings and these emotions. Let them all go through your body and feel them, okay? Just remind her that. Number 4 is to protect her from gossip. Protect her from the he say, she say, and all the people who are going to be talking, because that is one thing that a lot of women struggle with, irrespective of your background. I'm from a West African background, and I know sisters who are from like an Asian background, for example, struggle with what this person is going to say. This person is gossiping. This person is talking about me. They're going to talk, you know, and as a friend, as a family member, defend them. Defend them. The easiest way to shut people down who are chatting is just be like, shut up, mind your business. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll do that though. I would absolutely do that. But yeah, you don't do it. You don't do it, okay? But yeah, defend her. Defend her honor. And one thing you need to understand, people are going to talk, but if you are in a room where she's being discussed in a negative way within the community or your all friends and family, just shut it down, you know, just shut it down straight up, because she needs you to defend her in this very moment, you know. And if you want to be respectful about it and don't want to tell them to mind their damn business, just tell them fear Allah and don't discuss her in this situation. What I would advise you to do is to just make dua for her. Everybody go through struggles. She did her best in a marriage, and alhamdulillah. So now we make dua for her, and I'll prefer if you don't talk about it, because I know very well she would not want you to be discussing her private issue right now. So defend her, okay? Defend her, because people will be talking. People are going to talk, okay? So defend her. If you're there, defend her, because literally one true friend, one true family defending somebody's dignity is better than 10 people remaining quiet, okay? So you do your job and defend your sis. Number 5, offer practical support. I cannot emphasize that enough, ladies. Seriously, I cannot emphasize that enough, right? You have to offer her practical support. Cook, take the children to the park, offer to do the school run. Maybe in the morning, pick the kids up, you know, drop them to school. And if you can't pick them up in the afternoon, let her know, you know, I can't pick them up in the afternoon, but I can drop them to school in the morning, you know. Offer to help her clean. Hey, my dear. You know how important that is, subhanAllah, with somebody going through a divorce. They need help, because this is the beginning of something different. Now it's all them and the children. Yes, the dad might be there trying to support in a way that he can, but trust me, she really needs you to help her with all these little things. Like sometimes you might ask her sister, what does she need? She might not know how to ask. Like in my situation, I didn't know how to ask somebody for help. Then you tell her what you're going to do. Hey sis, this week I'm going to cook for you. Hey sis, you know what? I'm available on Saturday. Inshallah, I can come over for like 2 hours and help you clean. Hey sis, you know what? I'm taking my children to the park. I want to take yours with me as well, inshallah, just for 2 hours, so that you can have some time alone, so that you can sleep and really rest. Wallahi, I cannot emphasize that enough on how important this is. Offer practical help. Even if you can't be there for her emotionally, okay? Do other stuff that you know you can do, you know. And I have to mention this. I have to absolutely mention this, because I'm no longer sisters or friends with this sister, because that's how I see it. She told me that it's not malice, but it's 100% malice. Wallahi, this sister did what she could. And at the time, I didn't understand that as such, because that's not exactly what I needed. and this goes for women as well who have been through a divorce, if somebody is offering you what they can, that's what they can help you with. Do you understand me? I know the truth is, to be honest, with those watching to support, we don't care about what you can do. I'm not gonna lie. As harsh as that is, we literally want help how we want help. We can be really, really selfish. But when I tell you, yeah, when you support a sister who is going through a difficult time, especially a divorce, when you support her exactly how she wants, she will never forget that. She will remember that literally almost every single day. So as I was saying, this sister supported me how she could. Literally, randomly. And at the time, I appreciated it because I did needed that support. But that moment, what I really wanted that moment was people there for me. The fact that I was feeling so lonely. You know what's mad? The night before, I was crying to Allah and I was begging Allah and I was talking to myself. Like, I don't, even though right now I'm talking to myself, but obviously you guys are going to see it. But I was filming myself. Wallahi, I was filming myself. This was before I started my social media journey. Because I felt so lonely. I started talking to myself and I'm like, this is not healthy. So instead of just talking to myself, I started recording myself. So I remember the night before, I was recording, talking to Allah. I was talking to Allah about my finances. I'm just talking in the video, you know. And wallahi, in the morning, the sister just messaged me something. And now I cried because I needed that support as well. But what I needed that very moment was for somebody to come knock on my door and be like, here is a hug, Fatima. I love you, fi sabilillah, and everything is going to be okay. I've just come to spend half an hour with you. You know what I mean? So now what I'm saying is, sometimes the sister going through a divorce might not necessarily want you to help her how you are able to show up, which is a bit mad. I guess this is probably different for everybody. So comment down below if I'm chatting rubbish. But for me personally, I actually wanted help how I wanted help. Because I wanted help. I wanted, for example, I had a sister at the time who was not married. So I said, I want you to come over. I want you to come sleep over, please. Even if it's just one day, you know. And she didn't. She didn't come over. I also wanted people to actually take the kids away from me. Take them. Take the kids. I did. I wanted the kids to go away, but I didn't really have that as such. I had my auntie who was like, oh, bring the kids whenever kind of thing, but it was just long driving and yeah, I didn't want that. I actually wanted somebody to come pick up my kids and I didn't have to leave my house kind of thing. But again, people did what they can. People did support me how they could. So if you're going through a divorce and people can show up for you how they can, then just accept it. Just accept it, you know. We live in a very difficult world now where everybody is really struggling. So if people can offer to cook, that's what they can do. People can offer to take the kids, you know, for a little while, that's what they can do. People can offer pay the bills, that's what they can do. However, for those who are literally listening like a family member, support your family member exactly how she needs. Because 9 times out of 10, we're able to communicate with some family members and tell them what we need, you know? So yeah, please, I've talked about this long enough because it's so important. Show up for them, physical, practical support, okay? The next point is invitations. I didn't know how to really word this properly because, you know, sometimes when sisters go through a divorce, they feel really excluded. So make sure you include her. When it's wedding, invite her, Eid celebrations or just sisters gathering and things like that. Let her feel included. Not because now she's not part of the couple's group no more, you think that you can exclude her. Include her and let her make the choice. Let her make the choice if she wants to attend or not. You know, don't exclude her because she's no longer married, because she's single. Like one sister said to me one time, yeah, I don't remember how I always don't remember how the conversation start, because usually I do remember how conversations start, but now your girl's brain is all over the place, you know. So she once said about how sometimes sisters who are married don't want to spend time with sisters who are not married. And I kind of asked why that is, but she never really explained. But what I gathered from that was basically saying maybe because we're divorced, we might basically rub off our divorced energy onto them, you know, kind of thing. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. Sisters who are married don't usually want to spend time with sisters who are divorced. I actually don't know, and I think this is probably a topic of discussion. Like, why do some sisters do that? Because now I'm divorced, you think you can't spend time with me? Because now I'm divorced, I can't be part of, you know, the sister circles no more, or the sisters meetings and stuff like that. This is the Qadr of Allah. Like, I didn't choose this. 9 times out of 10, women didn't choose to get divorced. It takes a very long time for a woman to make the decision that, you know what, I'm about to leave this man. I want to leave this man. You know, some women, they get into the divorce and be like, this doesn't work for me. And then she just leaves, you know. That's her reasons. But trust me, it takes a very long time for people to actually decide to say, you know what, I want to leave, you know. And of course, we have to always remember as well, Qadr of Allaah ma sha'a fa'al. Not because of, you know, it's the will of Allah, she's divorced. Why are you excluding her now? Why are you excluding her? So let her know about the events that's going on. Invite her and let her choose whether she wants to come or not. So the next point is encourage spiritual and mental growth, okay? So basically what this means is a lot of the time when a sister goes through a divorce, she needs therapy. She absolutely needs therapy. Sometimes she needs a mentor. Sometimes she needs coaching, you know, but most importantly, she needs to always maintain her relationship with Allah. And when women go through a divorce, you know it and I know it, they struggle. They absolutely struggle. You know at least one person who have gone through a divorce, a sister who has literally taken off everything and basically became jahil. That's it. They became jahil because why? Of all that emotion, everything that they went through. They don't know how to process it all and then they abandon Allah. And that's the worst thing that they can ever do for themselves. Because not only are you going through this difficult thing, only Allah can help you out of this difficulty, and now you're abandoning Allah. Now you're taking off your, oh, that sounds so judgy, but don't worry, I'm a judgmental girl. I actually wear that cap proudly, you know. Not only are you going through this divorce, not only are you going through this difficulty, now you've abandoned Allah. Now you don't want to cover up. Now you don't want to pray. Now you want to do jahil things. You know what? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, that was not my story. I thank Allah so much because I don't know how I would have dealt with life. Because I actually was able to heal and sit here in front of you guys today because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah helped me through that difficulty. So you have to actually be there, because if she's a weak person, if she's a weak sister, she really might find her way down the path of destruction, because that's what it is. With me, alhamdulillah, Allah held me together because I didn't really have like friends, you know, to remind me of Allah as such. You know, I had my like Deen family, you know, that I used to see all the time, and she used to definitely advise me and be like, everything could be okay. Allah will look after you. And she used to make dua for me, and I used to always tell her, please make dua for me, you know. But there was nobody physically there reminding me that fear Allah. Nobody physically reminded me to say pray, because I struggled to pray as well. You struggle. It's such a difficult time. So please encourage spiritual growth. Tell her, you know what, sis, I know you're going through difficulty, but there's a lecture going on. I'm going to come and pick you up. Let's go. Obviously, if you've got kids, yeah, all her kids might not fit in your car. But just encourage her, be like, sis, come, let's go. We need to be part of the community, you know? Like, you know what, sis? You need to sign up for like the NHS. I know it's a long waiting list, but you need therapy. You need to let go. You need to heal from this trauma. You need to heal from this pain. You know what, sis? There's a sister who's offering divorce coaching. I'm going to book a session for you. Try it out. A sister did that for me. Did she book it? Yes, I think she booked my first session. She definitely must have booked my first session, man. My dear sister, even though we don't speak as often no more, I love her. I will always love this sister because wallahi, this sister is literally one of the best sisters I've ever had in my life. She was the one that recommended therapy for me. And my first session, Allahu Akbar, she paid. She paid for my first session because she wanted me to start. She was like, you know what, sis, I will pay for you. And wallahi, she paid for me. That's the friend, that's the support that we need. Okay, just be like, one session I can pay for you. I need you to have therapy. And you know what's mad? The therapist that she suggested for me, I ended up using this therapist for like maybe 2 years. 2 years. And it wasn't cheap. It was £50 a session. But I invested in that because I wanted to become better. I wanted to heal spiritually. Also wanted to heal mentally. So support her, okay? You get me, yeah? I keep rambling on. So let's move on to the next point. So the next point is basically help her build her confidence. Because when a woman goes through a divorce, she loses all her confidence, okay? She feels unworthy. She feels that she failed. You know what I mean? So subhanAllah, you need to be her confidence. You need to basically borrow her some of your confidence. Remind her of her strength. Remind her of how worthy she is. Because she's currently forgotten. She's currently forgotten. She doesn't know her worth. She feels probably fat and ugly. I didn't feel fat. I didn't feel fat and ugly though. I actually didn't. What did I feel? I just felt unworthy and I felt like I failed, basically. I did everything that I could and here I am now, a single woman, you know. And of course, I definitely didn't have any confidence then. Absolutely not. You know, well, we move, you know. And give her compliments. Tell her how amazing she looks. If she gets her hair done, because that's one thing women struggle with that. Notice it, like, wow, Allahumma barak, sis, I love the hair, you know, the hair looks amazing, you know. And one compliment that a sister gave me, and at the time I didn't even know how valuable it was. She said to me, oh, Fatima, you've lost a lot of weight. Because that time, those period, yeah, me, I was stuffing up my face. She was like, wow, you lost so much weight. And that was such a beautiful comment. So remind her, if she's losing weight, let her know. If she's gaining weight, maybe it's a sister who wants to gain weight. Let her know that she's gaining weight and she's looking really good. Help her build her confidence again, okay? Because by you telling her this stuff really helps her because she doesn't see it. Even though she might be doing all the little bits and bobs to basically improve her self-esteem and her confidence again. She might not see it. However, if you as a friend, if you as a family member notices it, let her know, okay? The next point is basically to respect her privacy. Respect it, okay? Or privacy, depending on where you're from in the world. listen, she might not be ready to talk about it. So don't ask questions that don't concern you. You know, respect her privacy. She don't want to open up about certain things, okay? And you as a friend, don't feel obligated to know everything because she's your friend. You know, you have to remember, true friendship does not mean you have to know absolutely everything about this person. Just take what she's told you. The marriage has come to an end, and you know that you don't need to know details of what really happened. She might not be ready to talk about it. She may never be ready to talk about it. She just wants you to know, girl, I'm divorced and da da da. That's it, khalas. And then don't ask more and more and more. Just respect it, okay? One thing that even I had to learn is that true friendship does not mean that you have to know absolutely everything about the other person. It's, you know, boundaries. You need to know your levels to this. But also, that doesn't mean that, you know, you don't tell the other person anything. Because with me, I'm not gonna lie, I build friendship on knowing a little bit about that person. If I don't know anything about you, then you're not friends. We're not friends. Back then, I would be friends with you, but now, no. I need to know something about you. I don't need to know everything. Just like likewise, you may never know everything about me, okay? However, I need to know something about you. But just remember that true friendship is not based on knowing absolutely everything. So just go with what she's telling you. So respect her privacy. The next point is basically to include her children. Let her children feel loved, because even they're going through it. Abby's not here no more. Daddy is not here no more. You know, Daddy has his own house now. So even they're going through it. So if you can pick them up sometimes. If you can take them to play dates, take them to play dates. And if you're a family member, like it's your sister who's gone through a divorce, take the kids for sleepover sometimes, you know. Just give her a break, because she really needs the break. And let the children know that they're still loved. Like, Abby is not here no more, but we love you. We're here for you. We're going to support you and your mom and everything. And this is literally one of the most important ways that you can support a woman who has gone through a divorce. And of course, if you're a friend and she trusts you with her children, take the kids for sleepover. For me, Allahumma barik, two sisters who I'll never forget really helped me babysit the children. One time, it was when I literally had the worst experience in my life. I had never been that sad before. And one thing that you guys must know is so true. Try your best not to ever be sad, because when you're really, really sad, the shaitan takes over. A'udhu billahi min dhalik. And if you're not strong enough, they will really overpower you. So I felt sad. When I tell you, wallahi, I had never felt this sadness before. This sadness was so deep. I fainted for the first time in my life. It's like my body went so hot that I fainted. And that experience basically khalased me. It really finished me. I couldn't do nothing no more. So what I did, there was a sister who actually didn't even know what I was going through. But I remembered her saying to me, Fatima, if you ever need anything, let me know. That's why keep to your words when you tell sisters, let me know if you ever need anything. Because that day might come that they actually need something and they're gonna call you. So this sister always told me, if you ever need anything, sis, just let me know. She didn't even know I was going through a divorce. She didn't even know that I was going through a separation at this time. I called her and literally I burst into tears straight away. I'm like, sis, I need help. I want you to take these rugrats. I need my kids away. I can't do nothing right now. This is what I'm going through. I'm going through a divorce. Even thinking about it is making me so sad. And she picked up and she was like, okay, sis, I'm going to call you back. Let me call my husband. She called her husband, told her husband, oh, we just need to look after them for 2 days. I was just asking for about 2 or 3 days or something. And she called me back. She was like, yes, sis, my husband said, yes, please bring them. Packed up everything and is mad because I'm from South London and this sister I believe is from North London, and if you know, is a distance, it's quite far, you know. I think getting to her was like an hour 10 minutes. Is a long drive. When you're driving in London, literally you'd be driving for like I don't know how many miles it was, but it was quite far. And she looked after the kids for me. Until this day, my kids remember that, you know, subhanallah. And then there was another sister as well, you know, this sister, I actually know her. Did she even know what I was going through? I don't even remember if she knew I was going through. She probably did. I think she did. She was like, oh, sis, just bring the kids, you know. I asked her for help because my house was like a bomb exploded. It was so messy and filthy. And you guys know I iron my clothes. I iron everything. So I hadn't ironed for weeks. The kids didn't even have clothes anymore. I'm like, sis, yeah, please take them for 2 days so that I can spend time cleaning and ironing. And alhamdulillah, she took them. So that meant so much to me. So if you can show up for the kids as well, please show up for the kids. And if she trusts you, just take them for a day or two, maximum 2 days, you know, or maybe longer if you guys have a beautiful relationship. And there was another sister as well who actually helped me. One of my kids was in hospital, literally admitted in hospital for 9 days. And she looked after my son for 9 days because those days, yeah, my baby was young. Zahira was probably like, I don't know, 8 months, maybe 9 months. So she needed me because she looked after Zaki, my son, for literally 9 days. Zaki was there for the whole time. I remember later on, I wonder if he remembers this conversation. He was like, Mommy, I thought you weren't coming for me no more, because 9 days is a lot. 9 days is the longest I've ever been away from him. I've never been more than 9 days, you know, kind of thing, away from my children. Always like 2-3 days kind of thing, 3 days maximum, or 8 days if they're with their grandparents or their dad and stuff like that. But anybody else, 9 days is a lot. And she looked after Zaki for me, and that was just so amazing. So wallahi, we need a village. We need people who will actually support us and just show up for them. They would appreciate it. And the sister who looked after Zaki for 9 days, me and her, we weren't even that close, but it was just that very moment, like during that period, she supported me so much that I actually developed this trust for her. And because of course I met her through another sister who I had known for so many years, so I thought to myself, well, if this other sister who I've known for so many years is recommending her, then surely she's a good person. So take my son. I didn't even know it was going to be 9 days, because to be honest, we didn't expect to be in hospital for 9 days. But alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for everyone who showed up for us during that period, and may Allah make it heavy on your scale, because it's such a meaningful support and a meaningful help, even if we're not able to express it or really feel it that moment. But later on, like for me, later on when I started healing and decoding everything, I was just so grateful for every little thing that everybody did, because it really definitely made a difference, even if I didn't realize it at the time. So of course, you know me, I always say 10 points, but I always have bonus points. So these are the bonus points, okay? So you have to be consistent. Be consistent. Don't just show up for the first 2 weeks, the first 3 weeks, or maybe after the period is over and then you disappear. Seriously, it's so difficult. Be the friend who shows up even after everything has died down. In the beginning, everyone tries to show up as much as they can, you know, but then after that it dies down. So don't let it die down. Show up. Ask her, how are you really doing all these months later? How are you coping? What are you doing to rebuild your life? What are you doing to get back on your own 2 feet? Do you need my support? Is there any way I can show up for you right now? You know, because seriously, people really show up in the beginning, and then after that, that's it. And the hardest part of going through a divorce is not necessarily even the divorce part, is the loneliness. The loneliness is what's make me here today. It's the reason why you guys know Fatima G. Literally, I'm like, this ain't me. I'm lonely. I don't have no friends. Everybody has totally disappeared. I have nobody. I'm like, oh, I know. Let me go on social media. And now I can't stop it. You know, so the loneliness is so deep, is so serious. I feel like, looking back, I think this is why a lot of sisters struggle after they go through a divorce. You will see them go through a phase. A sister who was probably fully covered will probably take her gloves first off. Gloves off, no problem. Next week, niqab, okay. Next week, you know what I mean? It's a process. Like, I've never actually seen a sister who today she's covered and the next day, I don't know, personally, you might know somebody. So I think sisters, during that loneliness, that's where they lose their iman. And if you're not strong enough, you're going to go down the path of destruction. You know, so continue to show up and continue to be consistent. Another bonus point as well is those people who are not necessarily close to her as such, but you have heard that Fatima is divorced. You have heard Khadija, Aisha, Alima, etc. is divorced. As a bonus point, you're not close to her, you know, okay, you know, right? Just be like, hey sis, I cooked some jollof rice today, I'm gonna drop it for you. Let me know if you need anything. Hey sis, you know, I'm going to the park, would you like to join us? You know, I'll bring the snacks, I'll bring water, I'll bring whatever. You know, you don't necessarily know as such, but you've heard. Don't go and ask, hey sis, I heard you're... No. Don't ask. Let her come and tell you herself, okay? Let her tell you her struggles. And if she's actually told you that she's going through a divorce, however, again, you're not too close with her, support her how you can. She's told you, I'm divorced. She's told you, I'm going through a divorce. Support her in one way or the other. Maybe that very moment she just needed a hug. Maybe that very moment she just wanted you to reassure her that everything was going to be okay. You know, don't just ignore it when somebody tells you that I'm going through a divorce. And don't be so quick to even blame the women. I've gone through it. I know it's not women's fault. There are times when, yes, it's a woman's fault. I'm not going to lie. There are times, but I don't know any. I don't know a time when it's actually been the woman's fault that is divorced. 9 times out of 10 is the men. Now, 9 times out of 10 is the men. They weren't emotionally available. They were not providing. They were abusive. You know, they didn't fear Allah. Some of them even left the deen. It's the men, okay? It's the men. All right. Now, sisters, supporting a woman going through a divorce is not about knowing all the answers. It's about compassion patience, and showing up in all the little ways that you can that will be idnillah build up to something meaningful to even you and her. Because remember, you're doing this for the sake of Allah, and obviously because you're doing it because you love her. You know, this is somebody who's your friend, your family member, you know, someone from the community. You love her for the sake of Allah. Indeed, ultimately your reward is going to be with Allah. She's going to be like, oh, thank you sis, I appreciate it, oh, this means so much. Yeah, but really and truly your reward is really with Allah. Allah is going to reward you because you're showing up for this woman who is currently going through a difficult time. You're going to show up for her, and one day when you're going through a difficult time, irrespective of what it is, Allah will be idnillah bring people that will also support you during that difficult time. And for any sisters who's currently watching this, who's going through a divorce, I just want you to know that you do not have to go through this alone. Ask for help. Seek help online. Like, here I am talking to you guys about it and stuff. And sometimes even you can take these points that I've listed and ask people to show up for you in this way, inshallah. And I'm also offering one-to-one support at a reasonably, literally absolutely nothing. You're literally not paying anything compared to other packages out there. I can help you process it. I can be there for you to go through all of this and everything that you're going through right now, to help you go through all of this and walk through this journey with you, because in the beginning it's so difficult. So feel free to reach out to me, inshallah. I just want you to know, now is not the season to thrive. Now is the season to heal, let go, grow, okay? And inshallah, I'm going to be with you step by step, bi'idnillah. So inshallah, if you need the support, reach out to me, inshallah, and we'll go through this together. My information is in the description below. Now, sisters, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys listening and watching this video. I hope you've benefited from it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any extra input, comment down below, okay? I appreciate it. And share this with anybody who might need it, inshallah. There might be a sister out there who would watch this and be able to support a woman better who is going through a divorce. And sisters, don't forget to subscribe for more conversations like this. May Allah reward you all and bless you all. I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, you are never ever alone. Asalamu alaikum. Take care. Bye.